Hi, beautiful. How are you doing today? I'm excited and grateful for you to be here with me. Today, I want to share with you something that has really changed my life and that has been investing into myself. So, this is in any different ways that you can think of, but I personally want to share how investing into coaching and mindset coaching, mentorships has actually changed my life because I wasn't always this person and I wasn't like this. I didn't used to be a happy person. I wasn't confident. I wasn't myself authentically. I wasn't doing the things that now I do that give me joy, that give me peace, and I love. So, a backstory of myself about, let's say, in 2019 and before. So, I used to be in very, how do I say it? Just very detrimental environments that would not help me, elevate me, nourish me in any way other than having pleasure in this life. So having pleasure of relationships, having pleasure of drinking, consuming, overeating, or alcohol, things that I shouldn't have been doing because they would only give me pleasure, but they wouldn't fulfill me. They wouldn't make me feel good over time, right? And I'm pretty sure that many people experience this as well, but they stay there until something bad happens and then you have to make a shift. So back then, I used to be a very negative person in my relationships. I used to be very toxic, meaning I wouldn't trust my partner. I wouldn't be trusting them because I just had too many traumas. Like, I had seen negative things happen before in my family and friends. So I believed that all men were cheaters and liars, and that's just what it was. And that was normal to me. Like, that was reality. And anybody that would tell me I'm loyal or this or that, I was like, you're not gonna lie to me. I know way too much. But that wasn't true. It was just my mindset. It was my paradigm. It was my programming of believing things to be a certain way. And I used to be involved in friendships that would only hang out for clubs, parties, drinking, gossiping, or things that wouldn't really benefit me in a deeper way. But the thing is that I couldn't understand that because I've never been introduced to it before. Like, nobody had ever introduced to me self-development or working on myself, having goals, things like that. And that was my whole life. I grew up in Mexico until I was like in second grade, and then I came to the United States because I was born here. So my parents wanted me and my siblings to have a better life, to grow and have more opportunities here. So they did that. They sent us over here. And I grew up without my parents. But before that, I was able to see my parents be in some negative situations. So maybe some type of abuse, lying, things that were just not nice, that made me believe that relationships were that way, that they don't trust each other, and that bad things happen all the time, which is not the case. But whatever you are introduced to, especially as a kid, gets very ingrained into that child. And as we grow up, we're still a child because we have that with us. Those are the things we learned, those are the things we got, and we continue having them unless we change it, unless we dive deep into things like this and we see the perspective and we heal and change it. You have to change the perspective, you have to change the beliefs, because if not, it's going to stay with you until something happens. And so I used to be like that until I was in a breakup relationship situation because I had a boyfriend and he was my first boyfriend ever. It was after high school, so it was college, and that was like one of the best things I've ever experienced, because he allowed me to see many things about myself that I didn't know before. So I was able to see that I wanted love, but I didn't know how to express love at all. At all. The way for me to express love was to fight, to argue, and to want attention. And it was sad once I understood why, but now I don't feel sadness. I feel so much gratitude in my heart for that situation. And until I always told him, when we broke up and we had a long conversation, I told him, and he knows that I'm so grateful for that relationship, because he allowed me to see and learn many things about myself. And he was the best person ever. He was so nice and kind, and it was just the best thing that God could have done for me, to allow me to learn with a nice, kind partner, because I've always experienced the opposite. So as a girl, when you expect for a man to lie and cheat, and this comes from trauma, but the moment that he's not like that, and he's loyal and just trusts you and lends you his phone, and you have his passwords, and he's just like lovey-dovey and everything, gifts and conversations and communication and everything, but you don't know how to move towards that, because that's not normal. That's what we want, but because I hadn't done the inner work within me, I couldn't be with that person, because I hadn't healed. So then that woke me up to the fact that I needed to heal things within me. I needed to change, because if I didn't, I was going to continue attracting the same situations, the same relationships, because I was doing it to myself. Once I understood that, things changed. I went through the breakup. I'm giving you some tea. So I went through the breakup. I got so sad. I never used the word depression, but if I'm being completely honest, that's the worst time that I've had in my life, because I was very young and I had never experienced a breakup, especially from a person that allowed me to feel love for the first time, because I grew up without my parents. So, and aside from that, my dad is not a very loving person. That's the way he grew up. That's the way his parents were. They were not huggers and lovers. They would just have kids and make them work, because it was really hard over there in Mexico. So he's a very hard worker, and it's a bit tough for him to show emotions, which was passed on to me. Hence why I thought the way to be in a relationship was arguing, because I would get his attention, but not in the good way. Anyways, back to the story. Broke up, went through some months, really sad. Those were 3 months that I felt like I'm done. Gladly, I wasn't done. So my dad showed up for me. He's been a runner most of his life, and he guided me to run with him. So we would go to the park, and that's how we would bond, and he would just coach me in running, and that's what we would do. I was so sad. I didn't have anything else to do, because I went through a breakup. I had so much free time. I don't know about you girls, how many hours a day do you give to your partner, your boyfriend, or your husband? Back then, I was just in school, couple hours, and then done. So I had a lot of free time. Didn't have goals, so I was just there. So I went to the park with my dad, and I started working on my health. I started eating better, more fruit, vegetables. I started watching YouTube videos about exercises that I would do in my closet for months. That allowed me to drop like 15 to 20 pounds. Not kidding. I didn't go to the gym. I did not have a gym membership. I went from being overweight to losing pounds in my closet, from my closet, jogging and eating healthier. And so that's what I was doing. So I got into self-development, but I still did not have mindset. So then I was there at home, and my brother, Jose, he's my older brother, I started seeing him get very, very excited all of a sudden. And I had worked with him prior to that on some entrepreneur goals that he had. We didn't know they were goals, we just wanted to make money. So we were doing that, and then all of a sudden I started seeing him so excited and happy and joyful and positive and believe in yourself and this and that and have goals. And then I'm like, what did you drink? What did you do? What's going on? Like, I don't know what pill you took. And so give me whatever it is you're taking. I want it. Like, I want to feel like that, because I was working on myself, but I was not yet good on relationships. So I was still not healed. I didn't know how to work that. So then he told me like, oh, you must have goals and this and that. And I was like, yes, I want that. And he introduced me to Bob Proctor, the legend. So never heard from him before, about him before, but I said, whatever you do, I want to do. And he said, all right, I'm gonna share with you. And it was a coaching. So he, on his own, I didn't know, went invested into a program that was from Bob, to which I said, please let me know whenever you do launch that program, that course. I want to join. I want to be the one. I want to be feeling like you, because clearly right now I need it. So then that's what happened. He launched it, and it was $10,000. It was $10,000. And I'm gonna tell you something. In that time, me being that young, I had that money in my bank. I had more money than that. Why? No, because I don't come from money, but because prior to that, I was in an accident of a car in an 18-wheeler. So we had an accident. We did some things because clearly I was injured. And so I received some money from that, and I had it in my bank account. Why? Because God knew that way was gonna come, and I had the money. I had the power to invest into my life. And so I took it and I paid cash. I paid full amount, no payments, no nothing. Not because you're my brother, teach me for free. No. I was like so excited and joyful. I was like, please teach me, help me. I want to get better. And so I did. And it was for 6 months. 6 months of mindset coaching. This was in 2022. We are 2026. May will be 4 years of me studying this material, because I'm going to tell you what. Since that year, I have not stopped studying that material, because it completely changed my life. The best way I could have invested that money, because it changed my life completely. I remember when I paid and I started the course, the program, I forgot about relationships. I forgot about, I don't trust you. Why do you want to date me? Let's date, let's go out, and then having trust problems. No. I forgot completely about relationships. I forgot about nothing of that would cross my mind. I was so excited. I want to grow. I want to have goals. I want to be better. I want to heal. The first step to move forward with this goal was, number one, you must have a goal. So I needed to tell him what I wanted. That was the first step to join. And I told him, I just want to be happy. I truly just want to be happy. That's all I want. I don't want a car. I don't want money. I don't want clothes. I don't want a trip. I couldn't even think of none of that. I was so much in pain because I wanted a partner, but I didn't know how to attract a good partner because I hadn't done my work. And I was sad. And he said, that's not a good goal. And I was like, but it is. I don't feel happy. And he said, it needs to be something that you can get. It needs to be something physical. So most people want to be happy, but happiness is very broad. What is happiness to you? What are the things that when you do them, they give you happiness and joy? That's what you want to go into. And I thought, okay. So then he made me choose something. So I chose like the new cell phone that came out that year, a new desk, a beautiful, nice desk, a white one. I put a car, and I put other things like money, I think. So I went in, and honestly, it changed my life. I don't want to make this story too long, but yeah, it did change my life. I stopped going back to toxic relationships, to situations where I would maybe talk to somebody or want to be in a relationship with somebody, and I would go back and forth, back and forth. We would stop talking for a while, a week. We would go back to talking. We would stop seeing each other. We would go back to seeing each other. That's not healthy. That's not good. And you're not living your best life. If you are stuck in that, it's okay. It's okay. It's never too late to change. I've been there, and I changed that. I'm literally married right now with my husband. My husband is the best man out there for me that God had for me. He's perfect in the ways that I knew I needed, and I'm perfect in the ways for him. And obviously we're not perfect in all areas, but I provide for him what he needed, and he provides for me what gives me joy. And so, we're good on our own, but when we're together, it's powerful. That's how you should feel. You should be able to be good on your own, and when you're with somebody else, it just amplifies. You shouldn't need anybody else around you to feel happy. You should feel happy on your own. And that changed my life. After that, I've invested into other courses. That was the first one. That was 2022. My brother and I started then a company for mindset coaching, and we've coached multiple clients, and it's been the best thing ever. To the people that have worked with me, they have a special place in my heart, and I'm so grateful that they gave themselves and myself the opportunity to work together, to work and heal and get better and grow. It's honestly so rewarding because I was growing. I decided I want to also teach people how to grow in their mind, have goals, heal, especially healing, because that's what I went through. I was literally so broken, and that healed me. Of course, God was with me, but he gave me the right people, the right courses, the money to invest. He gave me the opportunities. He put that person into my brother's life for him to go through his journey, for me to go to my journey, and then for other people to go through it as well. And then after that, we've done fitness, business. We've invested over $20,000 with another mentor. His name is Wes Watson. We worked with him for a year, and it was $20K for a year. One of the best courses material out there that I can recommend as well. He's a bit tough, but he woke me up to many, many things. If you want to advance in your life, you have to be tough sometimes and stop babying yourself. And I was all about being soft and healing, and I still am, but you have to be tough. Get up, wake up, show up, do it, because nobody else is going to come and do it for you. You need to do it. And now that you've done it, you need to help other people, because if you don't, that's very, very selfish of you. Many people are suffering, but we get so involved with our own problems, and they become huge problems. They're nothing, because if we look at other people, their situation is way worse. Kids, parents, relationships, people, everything. So yes, us, take care of us, but do not be that selfish that you don't work on yourself because you're good, so you don't show up for other people. You don't show up for your husband, for your wife, for your parents, for your kids. You're an average person. You cannot be an average person. You need to do more. One more rep, one more page. Do one more thing, one more. You need to do more, because that will give you more. And we've done other things as well. That's one of them. We've done with other mentors. We've invested for digital marketing. We've invested for courses of running ads, which I'm not into it. But it costs thousands of dollars, and this material will change your life. This material changed my life since 2022 and continues to do so to this day, today, yesterday, and today. This is why I'm here. And so this is what I coach my clients now. This is what I want to do. If I could change, if I did it, if I changed, which I come from I don't come from money. I don't come from opportunities. I don't come from the abundance that other people would feel that's abundance. I come from the opposite of that. And I'm so grateful because that has allowed me to appreciate things so much more in my life. And I want to do that for others. I want them to work on themselves, have goals, and you need somebody to guide you. You need somebody to lead you. And that's what I love doing. So if that's something you want to look into, please message me, DM me, especially if you're a woman, because right now I'm only working with women. I don't work with men. I've worked with men in the past, but I'm not doing that right now. So if this is something you want to work on yourself, have direction, heal some type of wounds that you have, maybe mother wounds, father wounds, this is for you. And I wanted to share this because sometimes it's very hard for us to even invest $100. It's hard for us to invest $10, $50. And I was thinking about this because last time I'm gonna switch my Pilates studio, and I was thinking, should I switch it? Should I not? It's because it's my friend's studio, so I love her, I support her, but this is the thing that you have to focus on what's good for you. So I thought, I've already been here for 3 months. I've grown here, but I need to now continue growing. And the same goes for you. You need to do different things. You need to put yourself in different places, different rooms with different people, so you get better connections, you get more opportunities, you get more out of the picture because it's for you. An investment is for you. Your business life, your success in life will never be more or exceed your personal life, your personal development, how much you invest in you for your personal. This is better and first, this is priority over success in your business, because how can the business be better if you don't work on yourself? It just cannot. If you're wasting time in relationships that are not good for you, if you're not working on your health, you're not working on your mindset, you're distracted, you're not working on your spirit, you're drifting, you're not having faith, how can your life in business, in relationships get better when you're not working on yourself? So I wanted to share that with you. If today you think like, oh, but how am I gonna invest $100 for a new studio, $200, $300? It's not the money. The money will always be there. Trust me, if I wouldn't have invested $10,000 into the first course, which is the main one that has my heart, I would have still spent that money. Probably in clothes, probably in food, going out, things that wouldn't have changed my life. And this changed my life. So if I could go back in time, I would do it always, all the time. I wouldn't change anything at all. I wouldn't change it at all. I'm so grateful for making that decision. And I want to encourage you as well that you can make that decision. You can give yourself that opportunity to invest into a different gym, into a different club, into a different studio, into a better nutrition. Invest into that food, invest into a program, invest into a community that will give you more, that will change your life, that will shift your energy, because you need to surround yourself with different things that are gonna elevate you. We get so comfortable, and if we're not showing up for ourselves, nobody else will. And somebody has to tell you that. Nobody will hype you up. Nobody will heal you. You need to do it for you. You need to change your perspective. You need to change your story. Change that story. Focus on the things that really matter, the things that nobody can take away from you, not your inner peace, your mindset, your character, your energy, your authenticity. Nobody can take that away from you. That's only you. And if you're not living to that standard, you're not living to that energy, that high frequency, you're lying to yourself. You are lying, you are hiding, and it will cost you. And you are being selfish. You are. Stop that distraction right now. This is your reminder. You can do it. You can do better. It will always come back in better, greater opportunities. So get uncomfortable, get a little uncomfortable, do things you're not used to, and trust me, you will thank yourself. You will thank yourself, because maybe you need it, but nobody has told you. So I will. And yeah, I mean, I shared many things. I basically wanted to make it about how to invest into yourself, but I shared some information about my relationship because I'm not selfish. I don't really think about what are people going to think about me, what are they going to say. This is not about me. I am just the messenger. I am just here to deliver what God has helped me through, changed my life, transformed my life in different areas. And I'm still showing up because I still want to change. I still want to learn. I still want to grow. I still want to live. And that's why I continue having ideas and making decisions. But if you don't make decisions, it's not going to happen. So I'm so happy and grateful if you made it all the way here. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And let me know what you think. If you have any feedback, I would love to read it in the messages. And see you next time.